Everyone, it's Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, that's a Canadian immigration officer, and former high school teacher, welcoming you back to another Canadian immigration live Q&A. I've searched the internet, I've searched YouTube, I've searched everywhere, and I'm yet to find anything quite like this. So make sure you like and you share, because the more people we get subscribing, the more this live Q&A is going to reach the masses. Now today, I want to explain something right at the get-go, and what I want to explain is how trusting all of this forums and all of these Facebook groups and heck, even YouTube channels similar to this one is just like putting your life in the hand of a little baby. I'll explain right after this. Okay, what do I mean by this? What do I mean by people relying on babies to teach them how to do their own immigration applications? Well, I will explain it to you. The reason is people who have set up these online forums, these WhatsApp groups, whatever it might be, often have they've got as much experience with immigration as a little baby boy. And the reason I say that is because they will have come and immigrated to Canada. Often this is how it plays out. They will have had only their experience going through the process. They will not understand the laws. They will not understand the context in which their application is submitted. Instead, all they will have is the limited amount of time that they've put in to figure out how to submit their own application. And as I jump back to me here, one of the greatest problems I see with people is when they go through and they're successful, then assume that the way they went through immigration is the way that it's going to work for everyone else. And it is not necessarily going to be that way. So the reality is they then take that baby little boy level of knowledge and they try to then share it with everybody else, when contextually their circumstances may be completely different than someone else. And in fact, that person's experience may be so narrow that they actually made mistakes in their application. And because of that, an officer might have overlooked them. The mistakes that they made may have just completely bypassed an officer. And that officer may have very well made a mistake themselves in accepting the application. And then the helpful person then goes and tells the world that this is how you do it. Here's my step-by-step instructions. If you follow my process, you will get your application approved. But what happens is another officer who is paying attention sees the application, recognizes there's a mistake, and then refuses it. And then, where is the little baby person giving you instructions? Where's the protection? Can you sue them for giving you bad advice? Can you go after them to fix whatever mistake that they told you? No, they're nowhere to be found. So, today, Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, who's been practicing for over 17, closing in on 18 years in the area of immigration, former immigration officer, is going to be here to help all of you in your journey. And this live Q&A is something that I love so much. I love doing this. I love getting on, sharing my knowledge freely. There are no strings attached here. The only challenge that I have is trying to legitimately answer everyone's question. And I can never dive in deep. I just can't. I have to keep my answers at a very high level. And because of that, it limits my ability to really, really dive down deep into what we call the weeds, I guess. In other words, those specific questions that people ask that are very, very nuanced, that have a lot of different things associated with them that you just simply can't answer in a live Q&A. So what I want to do, I'm going to flip my screen over here and I'm going to type in, and if you look at the link right below, you will see this. Click on the link right below. You will see, if you go to this site, it will take you to my Canadian Immigration Institute. It will then take you to the courses, at least as long as the courses open up here. It looks like my internet's a little bit slow. And you will see the Express Entry step-by-step course. This cart is closed currently, but we are in the process right now of opening this up for the next class that's going to start, I think it is on April the 19th. So leave your email right here. Click on this link. Leave your email to reserve your spot. And today we are going to be opening it up so that all of you do not have to rely on little babies, little boys, to show you how to avoid the most common problems that guide you through the landmines that exist out there that no little baby like this is going to be explaining to you. That's what the big boys do. That's what I do. That's why I created this course right here. Go check it out, register, leave your email. And if you want to see what other people have to say about it, watch the videos. Look at these comments from individuals that just literally finished taking the course this past month and formulate your own opinion, but it's going live. So make sure you're there. What else is in this little course? Well, not only are there over 56 lessons, watch the video, you'll see, not only are there over 56 individual videos showing you how to do every step of the process, but it also is inclusive of a 2-week masterclass with me where you get to come on just like in this forum here in a private Facebook group where I answer all of your questions that somehow you can't find the answers to in the course, but I don't know how that's even possible. So get over there, click on the link, and let's go through there. Okay, all right, let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. And oh, I also want to tell you guys that it was so much fun last night. Last night we had a spontaneous live Q&A, and if you watch the videos, Igor and I went on and we were debating on whether it was better to have comments appear here like we do here for Gail. So we'll pull Gail on so that they appear right here, or whether it was better to have the comments appear right here like this. And so I was not able to determine which option was best. So we've got multiple choices we're going to do. So I think for today, I'll stick with this one for the time being, and then we'll see if it makes sense to flip over to, excuse me, to this one. All right. I need a drink of water is what I need. All right. Okay. All right, let's get into this. So Gail over in Belgium, make sure you comment where you're tuning in from. Hello, Ralph. It's good to see you. Mohammed's in the house. Let's see here. Ravneet says, thank you for your Q&As. We'll stretch this one out here. We got lots of room. Okay, he says, please advise what is the best time to order GCMS notes. You can order GCMS notes whenever you want to. But I'll tell you, there's not a lot of purpose in doing it unless you're past the 6-month range, because 6 months is genuinely the processing times. And until you're at that stage, you can see processing is off the charts. It's way longer than 6 months, but that's probably where I say, all right. Okay. Mohammed says, I am free, Pakistan. Awesome. Thisara, good to see you. Awesome. A former subscriber to the course. Great to have you. Make sure that you guys post where you're tuning in from, because I love to see where people are connecting in as always. This immigration lawyer here just loves to see the reach that I'm getting here on my Canadian Immigration Institute channels. So big shout out to those of you who are watching on YouTube. Those are on Facebook, like Mohammed here, who's watching on the Canadian Immigration Institute Facebook page. There's also other individuals like this Simran from India, who is watching in the Express Entry Law private Facebook group. That's over 126,000 people right now. So if you haven't subscribed to that and joined it, requested to join, get on over there and do that. And so, and then we've got Andre, who joined me last night. Hola, novamente, Andre. It's so good to see you. So Andre came on, and he was one of the live individuals that jumped on spontaneously. And Igor and I brought in a whole bunch of people through my live guest options that I have with my eCam Live here. And it was so much fun having people say where they were listening from, tuning in. It was awesome. And Andre was one of them. So big shout out to you, Andre. Okay, let's see. So hold off on your questions for a second. And then we're going to, Mohammed says he wants to immigrate. That's good. One of the best, if you have questions, anyone who says, hey, how do I immigrate, Mark? I'm always going to push you guys back here. And I want to show you something else that's really cool on our website. If you go here, you will not find a phone number to call us. So I am based in Lethbridge, Alberta. I work out of my home. My other lawyers are based in Calgary and Edmonton, Alberta. Igor is based in Calgary. I'm looking at hiring 2 new lawyers right away here. I'm excited about that are going to represent, hopefully Montreal, Eastern Canada, even further west into Vancouver. So we're going to keep adding people that can support no matter what time zone you're in. But check this out right here. Right in the bottom, we have something that is really cool. And if I close this, you can see right here as I lift this up. Oh, I'm going to have to lift this up a little bit higher so you guys can see it. On our website right here, look what's in the bottom right corner. We have now instituted a chat feature, which is really, really cool. So you can ask questions and some of the most common questions, get them answered so that you have the information that you're looking for. All right. So cool. Love it. This is Igor's brainchild. He put this, he connected all of this in. So big shout out to Igor. Thank you for doing that. Head on over to Holthe Law and you can get your questions answered. Now, with that being said, if you ask a question that is only beneficial for you, then here's what I do. Oh, that's pretty quiet. Let's fix this, okay? I got to turn up the sound effect here. Okay, did you hear that? Basically, that means that your question is so specific that it's only going to benefit you. So here's what we're going to do today. We are going to have a little competition. And the person that asks the best question of the day, they're going to get one of these applauses. But I'm also going to give them an opportunity to join me live right now to pull them right in a video to say thank you for an awesome question, to share where they're from, to share what part of the journey they're in. So I'm going to bring on a live guest in this live Q&A because it was so much fun last night. So how do you do it? You ask a question that is like, that literally blows this baby's mind. That's what you can do if you want to get on as and showcase yourself and come on as a live guest, because this is live. And someone asked last night, they said, is this a live video? And yes, it was. So that's how you can do. Stay tuned. Those of you who are watching here, if you ask an awesome question, then you are going to have an opportunity to get your question answered. All right. Okay. So cruising through here. The sir says, OMG, love the new visual effects. I'm glad. That is hilarious. And Simran, good to see you from India. We already said hello to Andre. Hola, como está? Tudo bem? Eu estou ótimo hoje. All right. Eli says, that was quite a great animation, Mark, as a kid. Greetings from the DR. Awesome, Elias. It's great to have you. Okay, CF says, I realized I forgot to mention that I work at McDonald's in the personal history. I was doing it as I was going to uni. How can I correct it post AOR? Submit a web form, my friend. That's what you do. Submit a web form. Nana, good to see you. Muhammad says, right, which I'm assuming was me talking about people trusting little babies who have a baby level of knowledge with immigration to give them advice on how to submit their express entry applications. Okay. All right. Mama says, absolutely right. Little babies. Absolutely. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Divine says, good evening. We have quarantines. How can I continue my study? Thank you. I'm going to ring the bell right there, Divine, because there is So many factors involved with this. You really should book a consult. When it comes to the border closures, all those kinds of things, I just posted my own view in a video just last night. And you know what? Let me show you guys what we've got going on here. So one of the things I'm working on is trying to get content out there that is easier for you guys to consume. So simple little answers. So if we go here, I'm going to shift my screen over again and show you. This is the YouTube page, okay? So in here, there are a number of videos that you can watch, latest content. You click on videos right here, and it shows a ton of them. One of them is my FSW draw prediction. Now, often in these videos, I will be sharing insight to you that is about, well, really, it covers a massive range of topics. Well, what we're trying to do is pull out some of the biggest gems, the most helpful information, pull it out into a short little bite-sized piece like this one right here in the bottom left. FSW Express Entry, Canada Immigration during COVID. This is my explanation as to what's happening, what the future is going to hold, how you're going to know when you can actually expect to come to Canada, whether you're waiting with an expired COPR, whether you've got a valid one, whether you have your application in the queue and you're stuck. That video right here, this one, my FSW draw prediction, it actually covers a lot of that background information. So make sure you go check it out. And those who are watching live here, if we go to the home, that's all of you right here. Thank you for watching, because this is the thing that I love to do more than anything else. Okay, let's keep zipping through here. And you can see right there, when can we expect the next FSW all program draw? I don't think anything's going to be happening anytime soon until the travel restrictions get lifted. That is my view. Okay, let's see where else we've got people tuning in from. Let's see here. Anand says, hey, from India, missed the last 3 live sessions. Glad you see you back in the wild with immigration tips. Yes, indeed. And I am going to be releasing more of those wild tips on immigration. My son is helping me to do the videography. It takes a long time to do video editing, doesn't it? And so we've got a series of wild tips on immigration that we're going to be launching and releasing here. Obviously, it's always to promote the fact that the course, like I said right here, is going live on April the 19th. Get over here, click on the link below, submit your email right here so that you can get notified. And then when the course goes live, this is hands down the best thing, the most cost-effective tool you can get to get information that you can trust versus relying on a little baby boy, which is all of those online forums and people who've done it themselves and now consider themselves experts. So there you go. All right. And I don't mean to freak people out, but this is unbelievably accurate, isn't it? It looks like I have a little baby boy who's trying to teach you all about immigration, like I stole my daddy's live stream, and now I am going to be teaching you about immigration. So that's what it's like when you rely on online forums and WhatsApp groups. It's like learning from a little boy who has no experience or knowledge, but he's sure cute. All right. Okay. Enough. I've kind of drugged that one out for a long time, but it was so funny when I saw this yesterday. I couldn't help myself. And sometimes, you guys, sometimes we just take ourselves way too seriously. But understand, there are times when you need to. And with the ruthless approach that immigration takes, you get one thing wrong, especially if you're one of these people right here who was drawn in draw number 176, who was accepted into not only the immigration pool, but into the ranks of those receiving an ITA with the CRS score as low as 75 points. 27,000 invitations extended. 332, rounding off that total, is absolutely crazy to imagine that many people all at once. And I know people are struggling. So that's why I decided to launch the course once again. That's going to open up April 19th for all of you out there. All you have to do is click on the link below and we will notify you immediately once we release it today. But that course is designed to help all those people that did not anticipate, who are really concerned, are scrambling to get everything ready and need a source that they can trust versus relying on someone like this. All right. Okay. Let's flip back here and see what else we've got. It is time to answer some questions. Okay. Let's flip back here and we'll go from the beginning. Okay. So Arjun says, so in my GCMS notes, the assessments column has a comment stating final approved. Does it mean my file is approved? Can't get any clarity from IRCC call center agents. I would probably trust that it's finally approved, but understand if you're outside Canada, Arjun, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Okay. Let's see what else we have here as we're zipping through the comments. Okay, next up is Masood. He says, hey, Mark, I'd like to know if one medical works for two applications. For example, if an upfront medical done for the PR app would work for work permit app and applied simultaneously. Well, the reality is, Masood, I'm going to ring this bell here because I know nothing more about your situation. Are you in Canada? Are you outside Canada? When did you file it? When was your medical issued? What type of work permit are you applying? Where are you submitting your application? All of these questions all play into the reality of the context, which makes it impossible for me to say, yep, you can go ahead. Yes, you can do it. And medical's done for different purposes. A PR medical is way more comprehensive than a medical done just for the purposes of a work permit. So it really depends. When there's an assessment of excessive demand, which is one of the components of medicals. When you do a work permit, often those medicals do not encompass excessive demand assessments, but for PR it does. So going from work permit to PR, probably unlikely. PR to work permit, you may very well be able to use the same one, but I need a whole bunch more information. I can't say, yep, go ahead, Masood. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Ripu says, good morning. Once I linked my file and raised the cancellation web form, can I make changes to my EE file by adding new IELTS score? And would my representative know about the changes? Thanks. Ring the doorbell right here. Take you guys over here. And I think I shared this with you already. If you go to the site, if you go and you click on my videos, there is a ton here on the YouTube channel. If you scroll down, you should be able to find the one that has the black background. Well, there's one there. This one right here. How to fire your consultant and get your express entry profile back. Okay, so I recommend you go take a look at that. Apparently not many people have watched it. Only 856 have. But that right there, if you're in a situation where you've received an invitation right here and you do not trust your consultant, you do not trust your representative, heck, you don't trust your lawyer, whoever it is, and you feel like you want to pull it back, you're free to do that. They don't control you. They don't control your life. You have freedom to do what you want to do. Now, they may not give you your money back, but the reality is this process that I've laid out right here in this video, this one right here that's flipping back and forth, this one explains the process. So ultimately, the question that was asked here, which is an interesting question, I'll give you that. As far as your representative knowing about the changes, like fire them. Like, why would you care? If unless there's some illegal consultant, and we do have one client who we switched the profile to their own MyCIC, and then the consultant illegally pulled it back into a brand new portal. Totally illegal. You have, and those complaints, and we're going to be filing complaints to IRCC. You have control over your life. You have control over your application. You can do whatever you want. If you need assistance, ring the bell, flip the screen over, go here, click on book a consult, and let's connect and let me help you, okay? There's nothing worse than knowing that the person you've actually paid, is a little boy whose knowledge of immigration is only marginally better than yours. Why in the world would you trust me to help you with your application when you can get me, the big boy? All right, Ripu, that's the advice I can give you. All right. Okay, let's see. Arash is up from Iran. Hello, Arash. I hold 2 degrees that I completed each of them by 2 years in Iran. However, my Wes considers one of my degrees a 2-year degree and my other degree a 4-year degree. Great. I'm assuming your question is, how do you answer it? 2 or more degrees. If Wes is saying that they've given you 2 credit for 2, then you put 2 down. That's what you do. Okay, here we go. I wonder if that's the question you're actually asking. Yes, you can, my friend. Yes, you can. Okay, do say something. Caregiver program in Canada, is it open? The caregiver program is somewhat of a disaster right now, Prince. Somewhat of a disaster. That's all I can say about that. Everything has stalled. There's been huge problems with it. Is it open? I honestly don't know how to answer that question, because there are so many people that are waiting for acknowledgement of receipt on their applications. And it's not just them. It's self-employed. It's everything. And we just don't know where things are at. It's this big black hole. Big black hole. Okay, Shane says, greetings from TO. Do you think CEC will go down to 400 within the next 3 draws? Shane, it all comes down to how many they're going to scoop out. Personally, will they go down to like 300? Well, for many people, I don't think, like, will it go below 400, I guess is the question. If they continue to do large draws, it's possible. But let's flip back. Let's go to the rounds of invitations. Let's take a quick look, because everybody, this is one of the things you guys want to know more about than anything else. You can learn a lot from this. This page is not determinative. It is not the be all and end all. When they do large draws like this, 5,000, you can see the last one was 432. If we go back historically and we look at the previous rounds of invitations and we pull it up here, you guys can see that they followed a pattern. CEC, then PNP was before it. CEC, PNP started it off. If they continue to do 5,000, 5,000, you can see that the trend is that it's going to go down. So when they did the Canadian Experience class, 27,332, that big massive draw, when they scooped everybody out pretty much, then it took a while. They did PNPs for over a month. So in over a month, February 13th to March 18th, they went from 75 to 449, okay? Then 2 weeks later, they did another one, 5,000. It was 432. Now, you can see the trend. If they do another 5,000, I'll bet you any money that this figure will go down into the 420s. So if they continue to do this, yes, these scores will go down. Will it get below 400? Well, let's take a look at the actual. Let's go back and click on the round of invitations here. And this is the previous one. So remember, this was April, the date of the round, April 1st. And no, this was not an April Fool's joke. This was real. 432. Let's see who was in at that time. So if we look at the candidates, this is as of March 29th. So this is before the draw happened. And what we're looking at here is this range of candidates that are in the 400 to 450 range. So there are 45,000 people in this range. We know that the majority of these are FSW, okay? Because CEC has completely been culled out on February the 13th. So the question is, how many of these people in this range right here are actually CECs? And we know that from 401 to 432, which is when that draw just happened right there, they were all pulled out. So the question is, how many are in this pool of 45,000 that are 401 to 432? That's really the question. How many are in there? Let's say maybe there's 20,000. I don't know. CEC, probably not. CEC, there's probably maybe 5,000, 10,000. Well, we knew that there was 5,000 between, the previous draw. We know at least this. We knew that there was at least 5,000 right here between 432 and 449. Well, theoretically, I guess that's in 2 weeks, there was that many people. And I guess maybe it wasn't 2 weeks. Maybe we could even go back further and say from February the 13th until April the 1st, 5,000 people were at 432 and above. It's a complex kind of analysis, but ultimately the question is, will it go down to 400 CRS in the next 3 draws? it all depends on how many people they're actually pulling out. There's a possibility, but only time will tell. And I don't think there's going to be a draw tomorrow because we just had one last week. Next week, next Wednesday, let's chat. Probably another PNP, probably another CEC after that. If they do another 5,000 draw, maybe it drops down to the, mid 420s. That's my view. All right, let's see what we got here. So good question, Shane. That's a good one. I like that one. Remember, whoever asks the best question and I give them one of these, then if you hang around with about 10 minutes left, I'm going to give you an opportunity. If you have a camera and you can do it, I'm going to give you an opportunity to join me live to say hello to everyone and to celebrate the fact that you asked an awesome question. So what's an awesome question? A question is something that benefits the majority of people watching this live, that when I answer it, it creates the most benefit that could possibly be created from a question. That's the goal. If you ask something that's super specific, I'll ring that bell, which means, hey, that's really legal advice specific to you, and I need a whole lot more information. I am a Canadian immigration lawyer. What I do every single day is this right here on our website. You can click on here, book a consultations. Also, when you go to our website, if you look at our approach right here under the About Us section, this talks about something we absolutely love, our collaborative review model. This collaborative review approach, you can come here, you can watch the video, you can get information, but this is our secret sauce. We love to work with people like you that are DIYers at heart, that don't want to relinquish control, that don't want to turn their application over to someone else, that truly do want to get the help from an immigration lawyer, one-to-one direct assistance, but want to maintain control over your application. And that's why we've set it up the way we do. Okay, all right. Tej, as is many people asking this question, when will the border open up? I'll expand this to make it a little bit larger so everybody can see. Watch the news, okay? Watch the news is all I can say. When Justin Trudeau opens up everything and the borders open, then that's how you'll know when tourists can come in, when Justin Trudeau makes that decision. And it's in concert with public health. We look at the viruses. We can see right now that it's spiraling once again in Canada. It seems like a never-ending crazy insanity, but that's the world we're in. If you are looking as well for more information, you guys, I'm going to go back here, go to this, and you'll see just this last one, my FSW draw prediction. I talk about the borders, I talk about the impact, and it's a short little bite-sized video that does not take long at all to watch. We've compartmentalized it, pulled it out of the last live that I did so that it's easier for people to see, okay? So continue to post your questions. Let's keep zipping through here. Okay. Nana says, is it easy to prove common marriage? Not terribly easy. You have a lot of things that you have to do to be able to establish it. But in terms of what constitutes proof, well, the best place to go is to the actual spousal sponsorship guide for sponsoring a spouse. And in that document checklist, there's a number of documents that can help to support someone in proving that their relationship is common law. Do you live together? Do you have shared bank accounts? Do your friends and family all know that you're in a relationship? Do you have proof that you actually live together? Do you have children together? All of those things play a role in this whole process. And you guys, this week, I am actually in the process of recording videos for my new course, which is spousal sponsorship. So I'm hoping to get things launched. It has been so hard with everything going on to just dive in. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this is another one. Ben, I'll ring the bell. Why your application was sent to Singapore, book a consult. Let's sort it out. Okay, good to see you, Gautam. Good to see you. Okay, how can I draft my position and reference letter if I want to leave company immediately after getting my ITA before submitting my documents in the eAPR? Patel, another one like this. I don't understand the question. How can you draft your position in the reference letter if you want to leave the company immediately, well, the reference letter, the company doesn't know you're leaving, so it's going to show that you're currently employed there. If you leave the company after you, before you submit your documents into your eAPR, you can still do that. You just notify immigration, and then you change your profile in your, from what you put in your profile to being your current occupation to in your eAPR, you put an end date. Remember, your work history is getting locked in the moment you get your ITA anyways. So in your eAPR, you're just going to have that work history as being ended, and you're going to notify in a letter of explanation, which in my course, you guys, I go into unbelievable detail explaining, and I'll show you right here. People are asking, what's the big deal? All this stuff is free on the internet, right? No, it's not free on the internet. When you go into the course, it's a 2021 version. And in Module 6, it is absolutely chock full of specific videos on every document that you have to upload. Passports, e-medicals, police certificates, education, records of employment. I'm going to click on this one because I want to show you what I do. I have in here specific documents, tools for creating your hours of work if you're an FSW, for calculating them and then providing that explanation to officers. I have a record of employment checklist for building your reference letters. What if I can't get one? I've got a document for that. Sample reference letter you can use. A NOC selection tool template, which is designed to help you demonstrate to the officer clearly that you have actually completed or chosen the right NOC code. And what else? Well, how about 30 separate sample reference letters, all to help you realize that it doesn't matter what your reference letter looks like as long as the content is complete. And actually, I'll show you one other thing. In the Mastering the Document section, in addition to all of this, I have a specific section on letters of explanation. So if you look here and you go right here, letters of explanation, I have 2 templates that I teach my clients how to do in this lesson. And there's tons of instruction here, as well as the videos. The videos are often, this one alone is 28 minutes on how to do a letter of explanation. So I pour my heart and soul into here. LOE document template. So basically, if it's a letter of explanation for just the documents, or an LOE if you're providing it for information in your express entry application. I have 2 example templates that you can use here, and those will give you a phenomenal opportunity to explain clearly and concisely to an officer that you've got it right, so that you're not sounding like a little baby when you do it, but instead a big boy. All right, let's keep cruising on here. Now, I did get a little message from Igor. Let's see what he has to say here. He said that he is almost done uploading the course purchase page. All right, he's almost done. Igor's been working in the background to get the new course launched so that when people go over to our to the Canadian Immigration Institute and click on the link below and register, you're going to get notified right away that the course is live. Okay. All right, let's see what next we got here. Arash says, holds 2 degrees. ECA considers 1 degree, 2 years, minor degrees, 4 years degrees, can select 2 or more degrees. Arash, if ECA considers one of your degrees as 2 years, and the other is 4, I've already answered this one. Yes, indeed, you can count it. Okay. Ravi says that this filter totally got him. Did you like this, Ravi? Did you like this? This is so awesome. If my shoulders weren't so wide and my head didn't look so small, I could probably make this work. I could probably just shrink down here really low and say, hi, Ravi, how are you doing? Oh my goodness. Those filters are hilarious. Those are so funny. Okay, let's see. Okay, Rupinder says 464, knock 1123, turning 31 in August. Any chance? Any suggestions? Rupinder, I think your options are low unless your work history is something that's picked up by a knock through one of the PNPs. The PNPs are going to be extending. They are going to be reaching out. And if your work history, which, knock 1123, it's really difficult to say. Once again, get over here, book a consult, and we can look at all of your options so that no longer do you have to wonder about what the future holds. And this is the value of the consults, you guys. This is the value, is when you go here and you book a consultation and you have your choices. If you can't get into me right away, understand that there is Alicia here. Alicia's got 2 years more experience than I do. She's closing in on 20 years. Susan as well, super, super experienced. And all of us are here, and this list of lawyers is going to be increasing very shortly. So in that 25-minute consult, Rupinder, we can go through everything, and I can let you know whether or not there is actually a chance, or whether you might need to start looking at alternatives, because there's way more people that, you know, that want to come to Canada than there's space to allow them in, even though Canada has very aggressive levels planning. All right. Okay. I'm still looking for that amazing question that is going to blow my mind. That's going to allow that person to come join me in about 10 minutes live. If you ask a question that is awesome, then that question is going to give you an opportunity to join me and say hello to everyone, and to be a celebrity on the live stream today. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Yes, indeed. Cass, I think we're all hoping that Mr. Trudeau opens the borders and the draws for all the Outlanders. I think everybody feels about that way. Hello, Junri. Good to see you. Excellent. We've got Darlington, first timer, just got a place at Saskatchewan. I'll give you one of these ones right here as a congratulations, Darlington. That's awesome. Okay. And we're zipping through here. Rupinder, good morning. Rohit, good to see you. Okay, this is very, very common, Zainab. I'm going to click on this triangle right here. I'm going to flip my screen over. I'm going to tell you, go here, go to, and let's just flip back and I'll get to the main screen here. If I had the link, it would be a whole lot easier, but I don't have the link. If you click on the link below, you can access my step-by-step course. And that right here, this step-by-step course, is what you can do to get your questions answered, to put you in a position where you can file your own application with confidence. Zainab, that's what I'm going to direct you to. Okay. Okay. We've got patients from Cameroon. Awesome. Zainab's in Algeria. Very cool. Max is in Australia. When can I expect my COPR? Your question is as good as mine, Max. Okay. Good to see you, Amit. We've got someone in Kuwait. Excellent. Punjab, thanks for letting me know. I love to hear where people are tuning in from. Okay. Okay, so Adorable CA here says, does immigration officers verify account balance as at the time of verifying documents during the process? Yeah, they don't go and they don't call the bank, but if they have any reason to doubt that the funds are still there or not, depending upon how long it's been, they can absolutely come back and ask you to show that the funds are there. Your job, Adorable. Isn't he adorable too? Definitely not me. The reality is, Adorable, is that you have an obligation to keep the funds there. And if the funds are not there, you expose yourself to problems. Okay. Evans from Nairobi. Excellent. The Kenyan representation. Good to see you. Okay. Anyone who else asks, are you eligible? Ring the bell. Make sure you go over, come over here, book a consult with our firm, and we can help you to determine right away whether or not you're eligible. Why is that important, June Ray? It's because you can waste so much time pursuing something when in 25 minutes, I can tell you whether or not you've got a shot. And how valuable is that? I can tell you it's a whole lot more valuable than the general information you're going to get. And I can't even talk like a little boy because my voice is just too low. So I have to whisper like this. You can spend hundreds of hours online, hundreds of hours, and never find the answer you're looking for. Eligibility is something that relates to you, my friend, and the best way to sort it out is to book a consult. Okay, and Arjun says, India waiting for final decision. Yes, my heart goes out to you guys. Heart goes out to you. Lots of when can we expect the draws. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Carolina says, one question, I'm waiting for my German police certificate and my ITA expires in 15 days. Should I decline the ITA if I don't get in time, or should I attach the document requesting it? Carolina, this one, I hate doing this because I really want to answer your question, but the reality is you need to book a consult so that we can sort things out. The reality is you have a number of factors that you look at. what was your CRS score, right? When you got your ITA? Is it likely that based on your score, you're going to get another invitation in 2 weeks, or next week? Then yes, I would definitely hold off, wait till I got the PCC and then submit it. Is there, like, if you don't think you're going to get another ITA, if you were one of those individuals that was drawn right here in the massive 176 draw, then my advice to you would probably be considerably different. So ultimately, the decision whether or not you're going to decline depends upon whether or not you think you're going to get another ITA. And there's no guarantees. When you have that ITA, there is public policy that if you can't get it or there's delays in getting it because of the pandemic, because of social distancing, because of restrictions in the countries in which you're trying to request it, if all of those things are in play, then there is a chance you can still continue forward and provide evidence that you've submitted and you're just waiting for it. But I would never advise you to do that, Carolina, until we've had to do this and actually look at the full situation. Okay, Amit's in Dubai. Hello. All right, we have Brajesh is over in Windsor. Thanks for joining, Brajesh. Great to have you. Okay, let's see. Keep zipping through here. Ahmed's over in Egypt. I think I told you guys, March 18th, I was supposed to be on a plane flying to Egypt and then Jordan and then Israel last year, and it all disappeared because of the stupid pandemic. If anyone is just sick and tired of the pandemic, then give me a like. Give me a thumbs up, because I'll tell you, I am so tired of it. I just want it to be over. And I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to go to all of your countries. I want to have workshops where I come in and there's a ton of people in a big auditorium where I'm teaching them all about express entry, giving them information, answering people's questions live. That's what I want to do. I want to take what we're doing here and literally go on a world tour. I think that would be the funnest thing in the world. But right now, I can't do any of that. And all of you people that are suffering, my heart goes out for you. Okay, I'm still waiting for the magical question, you guys. Okay. Let's see here. And remember, if your question is too specific, I'm going to bypass it. Okay, you know what? Dranreb, you are pretty close here. This one is in the running. I'm going to give you one of these, okay? I'm going to give you one of these, which means that you're in the running. And I'm going to make a note here of Dranreb. Dranreb. There. Okay, so you're in the running. You are in the running. You are now entered into the category of people that potentially could join me live if you're brave enough to do it. Okay, so hang tight and then I'll show you how to do it. So once we get to that stage in just a couple minutes. Okay, what if my previous company changed the name? How should I get the reference letter? There was no problem with the company changing name. Okay, did you keep working with them? I'm assuming you're not. In the event they've changed the name, then often what I'll do is I'll provide evidence to show that it's the same company. Often, if the company themselves, the new company, can indicate in the reference letter that they were formerly this other entity, that completely solves your problem. Excuse me. So if you can get a reference letter that says, please note we were formerly ABC Limited, now we're FGH Limited as a company, then that's how you deal with it when the name is changed, okay? That's a good question that benefits tons of people because lots of people run into that experience. That's good. Yeah, I wonder if the baby can drink. Let's see. That is so awesome. Did you see that? This filter even works here. That is the best filter I think I've ever found. It is so good. Boy, maybe I should get one that just helps me to look a little bit younger than I am, and then people would never know, right? Well, the question is, how old do you think I am? I don't even know. Most of you probably don't even know how old I am. So there's a question. So answer that one. All right, let's see here. We'll zip through here. Nope, they're not fully processing FSWs, Elias. They're not. Okay. Lots of next FF draws. GPs in New York tuning in on Periscope. Awesome. Pretty soon that's going to shut down. I'm glad that you can still catch this on Periscope. Okay. We've got Amp from Germany. Guten Tag as well. Let's see. Zipping through here. This one, RK, is the only impact I can tell you is that it's driving the processing times up. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that vote of thanks there. Djamals from Dubai. Excellent. Okay, Jeevan says, I submitted my application in September. I now wish to travel to my home country for a few days. Do I need to notify IRCC about my travel? No, but you better make sure you've got your visas and you have the ability to return. That's the key. Okay. Okay, here's a good question. Ravi says, and you know what, Ravi? I will give you one of these. Okay? I'm putting you in the running right now as well. Looks like our time is going so fast. So how do you notify, okay, if you've moved, how do you notify IRCC after submitting your eAPR? Well, the answer is through the IRCC web form. So if you go here, IRCC web form, I'll just share you my screen. So IRCC web form is what I typed in. Right here is how you notify them that your address has changed or any of your contact information has changed. And you can see here that it specifically explains technical issues. If you can use this to update information, see changes in contact information, those kinds of things are all used to update information. And this is the form that you use. So IRCC web form, that is the one. And that's actually a good question. You know what, Ravi? You, my friend, are the winner right there. So the question now between Ravi and maybe Dranreb, maybe both of you guys. Here's what we're going to do. Let's see if I have it. I'm trying to remember if I have the actual link. Yes, I do. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. And Igor, I'm not sure if Igor's watching it, but right here, you can see this is the link. Okay. So I want you guys to type this link into your browser. See if you can still see it. Where's the better? I don't know. Where's the better place? There. You can see it there. Take that link and type it into the browser. And if you guys are brave and you are interested in joining me, then that's what I want you to do. And I will let you in and we'll say hi. And this will be the last sign off as we wrap up this round of live Q&As. Okay. So all I have to do is click on the link, follow the prompts. And if either Dranrab or Ravi, and I can see your names, if someone else is trying to connect in, I'm not going to let you in. So if one of you guys wants to join me, or both, because technically I could probably fit you both in, then let's give you a shout out for asking awesome questions. Okay, let's continue, you guys. Let's go through some more questions. I'm going to leave this up here. Let's see here. So just join in. If you guys are up for it and you want to join me, let me know. If we run out of time, then that's fine too. Okay, zipping through. Let's see what else we have. Let's see. Okay, so here's another one. So Dejamal, and I'll just keep that down there and I'll put Dejamal there. Mistakes can be problematic, and all I can tell you is book a consult so we can take a look and sort it out. If you've entered information that's not correct in there, then it can very well be a problem. It can be a big problem, whether it's through the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program or Express Entry. The concepts are the same. And this is why people, so often immigration says, oh, you can do it yourself. It's so easy. But when you're doing it, you just open yourself up for so many possibly, things to miss, that it has nothing to do with your intelligence or your abilities. It's all about these little nuances that sometimes you just make mistakes. So, okay, Gail says, hey, nice that you added a chat to your website. What is the difference with a consultation or live Q&A? Can we ask specific questions prior to booking a consult? Thanks. Okay, Dranreb is going to be joining me here in a second. Gail, specific questions are only answered in the consultations, okay? That's why it's the consult, to get the facts. The live Q&A, you've seen, I can only spend so much time with you in a live Q&A, and I can't answer questions that are specific. Okay, we have Dren Reb who's joining. Here we go. Let's get him in here. How's it going, my friend? How are you
Hi.
doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome question. So this is what I
Thank you.
really love to do. This is so much fun to have people come and join live. So you are the winner of the question of the day, Dren Reb. Tell us where you're from and what stage you're at with your Express Entry application.
So currently, I'm not yet. I actually last December I took my IELTS and suddenly I didn't get my required band score for the eligibility for FSW. So right now I have an upcoming exam this coming April 17th
Awesome.
to pursue my
Awesome.
application.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
currently I'm here at Singapore.
In Singapore. Very, very cool. Just keep fighting, my friend. Keep battling.
Yes, still
You know,
fighting.
when you bet. And good luck on that
Yeah,
test. Good
yeah.
luck on
Thank
that
you.
test. Thanks for
Thank you.
popping in and thanks for your question.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
All right. Okay, you take care. See you. All right. So wasn't that fun? That was awesome. I love that. So you guys, that's something that we're going to do. The question of the day, the person's going to be able to come in. It was great to have Dren Reb, and that was really fun in Singapore. Wishing him all the best as he prepares for that test. And you guys know how hard that is, right? If you're not able to get that CLB9, you literally don't have a chance. It's just if you're an FSW, unless you somehow work experience that's right in the perfect range, for one of the provinces like Alberta that where scores can go down as low as 300, boy, it is really, really tough. All right, guys, there are so many questions that I just was not able to get to, and that is just a reality. It's just one of those situations that when you do a live Q&A that's as popular as this, you can't get to everyone's question. If you have a question that's really urgent, that's specific to you, and I've been ringing this bell a lot today because it's a reality, right? I can never dive in as deep as I want to. So remember, all you need to do is to go over right here to our site, click on book a consult, and you can get your questions answered quickly, get it finished, resolve your concerns, and then you can move forward with your life. It might be that you don't need any extra help, but that consult can help you to get you on the right track so that you are not going down a path that's going to waste your time or result in a refusal. Okay. And then the other thing I want to remind everybody about is this right here in the link below, and the consult link is below as well. Go here. I think it's April 19th that's when it's going to go live. The next one, April 19th, which is just in just a couple weeks. Go here, click on get notified. Today, this is going to open up so that if you've submitted your email, you can always come back, but we will notify everyone when the course and the cart is open. And I love it. It is so much fun. It is so much fun doing these because unlike, and this goes back to the question that was asked here, let me see, by Gail right here. In the course, you get lifetime access to everything. All the courses, all 56 videos that guide you through every step of the Express Entry process, as well as 2 weeks with me in a series every day of live Q&As. And there's tons of people that have taken the course that are still coming back and tuning in and watching, and thanks everybody for doing that. But this is all designed to help you guys get through safely without causing running into the same problems that so many people run into that book consults with me every day. All right. And then just in closing, I want to remind you guys that as a Canadian immigration lawyer, I am not a little boy. I'm not. In fact, I've spent my life learning this stuff. And the course, everything that I offer here, all of this is designed to reach as many people in the world as I can to give them the help they need to navigate this world correctly. And what is this world? Well, it's Express Entry. It's spousal sponsorships. It's work permits. It's study permits. It's complex situations with admissibility, all of these things. And it looks like Igor has already got, Igor just said that you can access it right now Let's see if I can get the, I'll copy the link here. I'll flip over here to the page. I'll punch in the link right here on the web form. And right here, it looks like it is officially live. See, Igor's been working like the dickens. He's been working so hard. So we just punch in the link. This will take you right to the course. You can register right now, April 19th to the 30th. But remember, this is not reflective of how long you have the material for. It's for life. You have all of the courses, everything available in this 2021, just created in January. This course is yours for life, as well as access to all of the videos, all of the live streams that we do where you can answer your personal questions in our private Facebook groups. Okay, so there's the link. And I'm showing you this because I think if we go back to the main site here and I refresh this, I'm not sure if this is the one that refreshes, the one that Igor has just put in here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, it's a separate link, but we'll get it up there. We'll get it up there. Okay, you guys. All right. I have now got an important meeting that I've got to switch over to, but I'm going to turn on this, which is the music saying, thank you so much for joining me. And my little son Freddie here, who says, hey, I've got my rattle. If I can line it up right, I've got my rattle here. But I'm not a little boy. Don't get your questions answered by someone who is 2 years old when it comes to immigration knowledge. Go to someone here who actually knows what they're doing. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We appreciate you joining us, and stay tuned for a whole bunch of videos that we're going to be releasing in the very few next minutes. Well, the next days, we're going to be releasing a lot of short little videos as well, all leading up to the launch of the course. So thanks for joining. I wish you guys all the very, very best. And this is Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher, signing off, wishing all of you guys all the best as you navigate your immigration journey. Take care, everyone.